What's up, everybody? Welcome to the drone show. I got some fun going on today here. I've been itching to give these a try. So ALTSTONE sent me their RIN series. It's just spelled R-I-N. I'll show you here. There you go. A little bit of a glare, but that's all right. The RIN series. Anyway, so what's exciting about these is it's essentially the FUKAMI line that I did a review of already, but these are splash and go. So no soaking required, just like any other splash and go, just get her wet and get on with your sharpening. So they sent me, I don't know the exact numbers in the line, but what they sent me that they had to give me at the time was 1,000, 3,000, and 10,000 grit, which I'm really excited about. So I wanted to give a shot today and start another series with these. I'm gonna again find out if there's more than just the 1, the 3, and the 10K. I'm pretty sure there is. But another important thing about this, which is really awesome, is they're planning this year to bring this series to the US market. It's currently available in the Asian and I guess maybe European. I don't know for sure. Don't quote me on the European market part. For sure the Asian market. So they mentioned, earlier I'd said they had a new product rollout and that's it. So I thought they were talking about a whole new series, which they are still probably going to work on. But what they had meant was this particular series. So give you guys a little test today. I've got this knife here, which is a, what does that say? A Browne Halco. That's B-R-O-W-N-E, and then Halco, H-A-L-C-O. It's a German steel. It's the X50 CR MOV 15, also known as 1.4116. This knife came from the kitchen where I work, so the chef there, he's got a ton of these knives. I'm assuming they're just standard kitchen prep knives, right? The chef knives that are like house knives, so to speak. Really poor condition. I'm going to show you guys right now. I'm going to pop up there a picture of the edge, the bevel. And what that is from is using a sharpening steel only, because he doesn't use stones. He has so many knives. I sharpened one of his others on another video. He has so many knives that I can't believe that a professional cook actually uses those. Sure, they're still going to cut meat and stuff, and you're going to be able to chop up some vegetables, but it's really ragged. The edge is just, it's nasty looking. Anyway, we're going to make it better. Today I'm going to do the 1,000 grit, and I'll do a couple videos like I did before. So I'll do another one for the 3,000 and then one for the 10,000. So on today's video is going to announce the winner. And I meant to do this yesterday, but I had a lot of things come up, so I apologize. The winner's name is Jeffrey Nees, I believe it is. If I screwed that up, I apologize, but I will tag you in the video description as well as in the comments down below. But that brings us to a new point. This is going to start a new one. So in 2 weeks from today, or from yesterday, we'll say, so 2 Mondays, I'm going to do another one just like I've been doing. The same rules apply, just need to be a subscriber and need to post a comment. The more comments that you have, and it does help, but the more comments you have, the more chances you have of winning necessarily. I may filter that out in the future, but just so you know, I don't want like a bunch of nonsense, of course, just like a letter or, or a number or something, but like, just promote something good in the chat, or something, critique something. I don't care. I just want some feedback, and I want just some just good conversation. So we're gonna get this thing going here. Let's try and think about any other announcements. If I think of them along the way, I'll let you know. Oh, I did want to say one thing, and I'll tell you that while we're sharpening. So let's go ahead and get this stone wet first. I forgot to say this in that thinning video whenever I thinned the bunka. So whenever I had mentioned that I put it flat and then raised it up just slightly, So that, I should have said that that is a case for that particular knife because of how terrible this was on that knife, the bevel and the grind, and how they just weren't flat. By the way, that's perfect. Definitely not retaining water or soaking it up. It's a perfect looking splash and go. But anyway, the normal way to thin a knife is you lay it flat on the stone, and then you press where you're wanting to thin, which is, you know, behind the bevel, or behind the edge, of course, and it will naturally pick the knife up off the stone. So I got a little bit of rocking here, not much, but that's because this one's a completely flat grind. If your knife isn't a flat grind, you'll get that effect better. And then if you don't want to completely grind this entire knife, for example, in a thinning situation, then you would lift this one up just a slight amount and then proceed with flattening. So it's kind of a case-by-case basis. I just didn't want to mislead anybody. So here we go. We'll go start in the back here. So this is supposedly exactly the FUKAMI. Again, just splash and go. But we'll give her a feel and see what we got. This thing was not cutting very well, by the way. So I'm going to tell you, right away, it almost feels a little better. No, I think it's right in line with the standard FUKAMI, but I think what's better is I'm not having to worry about you know, keeping it soaked. I mean, you need to keep it lubed, of course, but I don't have to, you know, I don't have to continue to worry about it soaking or whatever. It just, I threw water on top of there and it lasted through the, I mean, I still had more to go. I didn't need to wipe it off. Oh, those do come with Nagaras, by the way, like the others do. So the same thing. I got a 10,000, a 3,000, and a 1,000. Feel for the burr. Gosh, there's a little burr there already. So that thing, it's a fast cutter too, just like the other ones were, which I guess if they're basically the same series, just splash and go. I just don't know what makes them splash and go. I will ask. I'm assuming it's obviously a different process, but these should still be vitrified, I would think. I don't know. Maybe they went to a resinoid for this, because the other ones they're sending me, they're resinoid. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a different binder. I mean, I guess it would have to be. The loading, there isn't loading really. This is, you know, just stuff standing on the surface. It wipes off with my fingers. I mean, there's some, but like I said in that video the other day, there's not a single stone that I use that I don't have an expectation of some loading. I mean, you're literally pushing metal with a little bit of pressure across the surface of the stone, and a stone by nature is porous. So yeah, you're going to get some loading. It's not really a sign of a poor product, you know, if it loads quick or loads slow. I think it just has to do with the binder and whatnot used. So yeah, there's a little loading there. Most of it came out with my fingers, but that's fine. So there's 2 complete passes. So I think we've got enough burr to proceed, but what I'm going to do is, like I normally do, I'm going to go ahead and give it another pass, and then we'll flip to the other side. Video today is going to be kind of a short one. I know I sometimes do long ones, but this is going to be, like I said, part of a series, so there's going to be a little bit more length. Huh. Yeah, that other series that they're sending me is called the Soissou. It's SO-ISSOU, and they are definitely a resinoid stone. That line starts with 2,000. I think it's 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, and 10 maybe? Or maybe it stops at 8. I'd have to double check on that. I know it definitely goes to 8. I'm excited to try those too. This also, I forgot to say, is a sponsored video, just like my FUKAMI is, or was, or whatever. But I didn't get, you know, money. They're giving me freedom to say what I want to say about them. They just want me to be honest, because as a company, what matters to them is their reputation and their product and what people think of their product. So I got complete freedom to say whatever I want. You know, negative, positive, neutral, doesn't matter. They didn't say I have to say one thing or another. They actually just said be honest is all we care about. So you're not going to find that too much on some of these companies that want people to shill for them. So, but yeah, this is sponsored. And again, they did not approach me. I believed in their product so much that I approached them. So I need to work on the tip a little bit. This profile is always like this for me with these particular chef knives of this style, where they kind of round off up here. I always have to work on the tip just a little bit more, just for a second, just to see how it feels. But man, this stone's got great feedback. I think being a splash and go, that the feedback might be a little bit better than the FUKAMI was. I think that'll be the difference, honestly. Other than that, it's performing about the same. Cuts fast, brings up a nice sized burr. Super snappy. Yeah, I mean, this is just it's a great stone. Their plans for bringing this to the U.S. market is just probably at a minimum second quarter this year. But I mean, that's no big deal, because the FUKAMI, if you get one of those, I mean, those are great stones. They'll hold you over, unless you just really want splash and go. All right. What I wanted to say about the giveaways too is I realize that some of you guys that are commenting are like in the EU and other places, and I don't want to exclude anybody from my giveaways. So what I'm going to do in those situations where the giveaway winner is overseas or not in the lower 48, what I'll do is give either like I'll place an order, or give you like a Visa gift card that's digital, or something that's in the amount of what I was going to give, and then let you purchase the product yourself. So anyone that wins, just realize that if you're in the lower 40 or not in the lower 48, I will give it to you that way. I'll either, like I said, drop ship the item that I was going to send or whatever. We'll figure out something. We'll figure it out. But yeah, because there's no way for me to know exactly, unless you have it listed in your profile, where you guys are located. But I appreciate all my viewers all over, so I don't want to exclude anybody. I don't care where you're at. Could always use like PayPal or Cash App or something, you know, something like that. We'll figure it out. I believe this weekend I'm going to fire up the forge and finish a couple of knives. When I get those finished, I'll give one of those away at least. Be sure to stay tuned for those, because you never know when I'm going to announce a giveaway. Sometimes I just pop them up in a random video. And of course, I've always got my normal ones, so even if you're a winner on these, what I call pop-ups, you'll still be forever entered into the subscriber giveaway, which is going to happen at 500 subs, and then again at 1,000, and then so on and so forth. So you'll be always entered into those as long as you're a subscriber, until you win. Once you win, then your name's pulled out of the till. But if you are not a winner, you'll just be in there forever. So you'll always have a chance. There's always a chance. was thinking about doing a shootout this weekend. I was going to do my FUKAMI 1000 against my Cerax 1000. If you guys would like to see that, you'd have to let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. I was going to do it on, I don't know if I want to do it on stainless or if I do it on carbon steel. Get the tip just a little bit. I did not flatten this, by the way. So this is actually my first experience with this RIN series. So I didn't flatten it. I literally pulled them out of the box. I did some promotional shots, which I'll upload to on the channel for you guys to see. And then yeah, started recording, and here we are. All right, so we got a good burr. I've spent enough time on that side. For those that, again, this is not really a sharpening video tutorial anyway. More of a demonstration of the stone, but I always try to spend the same amount of time on each side whenever I'm sharpening, because you're creating a burr, and whenever you create a burr on the first side you start on, whenever you go to move to the second side, as I did, you know, like this, the first pass you're going to actually flip that burr, because, you know, like this, you're flipping the burr and it's coming up this way. Over on this side, it'll flip over just the first pass, because it's literally just, it's metal bending back and forth. So you don't want to be fooled into thinking that you've already created a burr on this side. Now it's time to move on to stropping strokes, etc. So always spend the exact same amount of time on this side and that side. That's just a good way to keep things even and make sure you have perfect results every time. All right, so we're going to do deburring. And I always just kind of explain this. So to remove the burr, there are many ways to do it. My preference is on the stone. There are, you know, you can do it slightly through balsa wood. You can do a hard felt cube. You could do cork. You could do on a strop even, where you would pull it lightly and gently through the balsa wood or the felt or whatever, the cork. But I like to do it on the stone, so I've always had good success. And the edges are, I don't want to say less toothy, less jagged, because whenever you yank the burr off with one of the other methods, it just kind of makes more of a toothy edge. But for some things, that's great. But here we go. So the same angle we were sharpening at, 5 alternating strokes, edge leading, and then we'll do stropping strokes, same amount, 5, 1 on each side, edge trailing. So it's hard to get back into the grind of work. I was off for a couple weeks with the Christmas vacation, and then we had this massive snowstorm, so it really is hard to get back into the groove of things. And this week is going to be probably the first full week. It's still early in the week, but just kind of hard to get back in the grind. Anybody else get like that after a good vacation or a good break? Man, it's just hard. Hard. I really love these stones, I'm telling you. This thing, it might just be in my head, but it really feels a little more responsive, feels a little harder. And again, I need to ask them what they did differently to make this a splash and go, because I believe that'll be the difference. I don't think I'm completely crazy. I got a little burr hanging on here, so I'm going to focus on that real quick, on the tip, just for a second. Just see how it feels. I gotta stop saying that. It's gonna get to the point where I do it automatically. I'm gonna say it somewhere I really shouldn't. Yeah, the rest of it felt fine. The burr was gone. And it's gone there. So I'll do some stropping strokes, light pressure. It's the edge trailing. So just give 5, 1 on each side, the same way that you did when you were sharpening, but very, very light pressure, just to kind of, again, just kind of tune up that edge a little bit. It's overkill. You don't have to do this all the time. I do, just again, because I'm OCD. but you'll get beautiful edge results, and I'll show you guys whenever I'm done. I'll compare the two edges, so the one that started and the one now, after busting it out on this here Rin series from ALTSTONE. God, it just feels really nice, smooth. It's like butter. You know, I mentioned that the Cerax, of course, and the FUKAMI have that chalky, pasty feel and sound. This isn't as, it's there, but it's not as much. Again, leading me to believe the whole situation with the different binder. All right. I'm gonna do one more on each side, just because. Just a slight more pressure, just to make certain I peel off that metal. All right, let's clean off our blade. I'll clean off the stone when we're done with the video. My OCD is gonna get the best of me on that one, probably. Okay. So, it feels much better. It doesn't feel as rounded. Using a sharpening steel without at least tuning your edge up occasionally is going to give you some issues. Like I said, you'll still be able to cut things, kind of a chop situation, a sawing kind of motion, you know, but you gotta tune those edges up on stones or something. Anyway, belt at some point between that, because those steels are just gonna wreck your edge. They're just good for kind of laying over, folded over edges and burrs and things like that. They're not meant to replace your stone. Now, if you have one of those sharpening steels that are diamond, it's a different story. Also, the ceramic rods, those are different as well. Those, similar concept, but there's an abrasive here, right? Because they're ceramic. By the way, these, as you can see, the size of that, I think it's what, 8 inches roughly or something, 8.5 inches this is. $4 on Amazon. $4 freaking dollars. All right, 1000 grit ALTSTONE RIN series, and we're going to just give a little cut. Oh, that was nice and quiet. Let's do a little push. Actually, let's not do it there. Let's do it here. Oops, I must be catching. I mean, it's kind of pushing. Let me do this. I mean, shits and giggles, right? Let's go ahead and give it a quick little strizz-off action. This is the Flex Cut strop with their Flex Cut 1 micron gold colored compound. It'll probably push cut like a mother after this, based on what I just experienced. I'm sure I didn't completely get the burr off. I mean, I know I didn't, because it didn't cut like I wanted it to, and that's fine. That's what these strizz-offs is for. Just a few passes here. I can't wait to do the 10,000 grit. Oh my god. I'm like legit excited to try that one. Probably more than the others. Okay. Wipe off any gunk. It's funny what you'll see if you get one of those microscopes like that little Carson one, or the one that I linked to before with the hook up to the computer. After you strop or you cut paper, there's all kinds of weird fibers and crap left on the edge and stuff. It looks strange. And you can see how that can get in the way of cutting. So here we go, same paper. We're gonna give her a little push, make sure you can see this. Oh my god. Do the tip. Well, that's a bend right there, so it just kinked it out. But let's do it this way. Oh. See, that's just 1000 grit. I mean, I say it's just 1000 grit. You can do it with a 320 if you do it right. Let me do a paper towel real quick. I'm really curious now. I'm curiosity's piqued. Just to see. There's no guarantee. I don't know, but that's sharp. That thing is stupid, scary sharp. Let's see what it do. Ready? Holy shit. Like, that's cut. Well, I'll be damned. Oh my God. Well, there you have it, folks. The ALTSTONE RIN 1000 Splash and Go will be coming to the United States at some point. I'll find out exactly how long. Now the FUKAMI, I mean, it works about the same, but man, that's wow. I wonder if it really likes this this German steel. Congratulations again, Jeffrey Nees, I believe. Again, I could be totally not remembering that correctly and saying some stupid stuff if you know, I've done it before. I've totally botched a name, but I will post it in the description in the comments. Appreciate you for joining in. Remember, 2 weeks is going to be another giveaway. By the way, Jeffrey, let me know if you are in the States or if you are overseas, and then we'll figure out what you're going to get there. But again, yeah, in 2 weeks you have to be a subscriber. Leave a comment down below. Next one's going to be the 3000 on the ALTSTONE RIN on this exact same knife. We'll just do a continuation, and then maybe I'll do a shootout this weekend against some other stones of the same grit ratings. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Leave a comment about what you'd like to see as far as like shooting these out against another 3000, against other ALTSTONEs, or maybe like some Sharpens or something, or whatever you want. But until then, appreciate you, love you, peace.